Hey, 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 everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to another amazing segment of the Black Girl Encourage Her. But as we are kicking off Women's History Month, we have been doing our Women's Health Edition. So tonight is actually a special. Tonight is our special premiere of our Unpause-Her Panel. Yes, you are in the right space at the right time. I've got a few sister friends hanging out with me tonight, and we are going to talk all about that thing called perimenopause and menopause. So without further ado, let me bring all my sisters to the stage. Come on in, everybody. Hey, girls. Hey. Listen, I am excited because we did the panel discussion previously on dating, and that was definitely an interesting conversation. So if anybody missed that, y'all need to make certain you check it out. It is right here on the same playlist that you are on, and you will be able to hear the goods. But today, we had to talk to the ladies because we are knee deep into women's health, our women's health edition. And so I wanted to make certain that we had this conversation because I don't think many people are talking about perimenopause. Nobody's talking about it. So before we dive into our conversation, let me have my guests introduce themselves. Roslyn, I see you up at the top, girl. Introduce yourself to the people.
Hi, everybody. My name is Roslyn, and I am here from North Carolina. I am a 30-year educator. I have been in the space of middle school and high school as a teacher. And right now I'm in post-secondary education. I've been there for 10 years and I love helping people, but I'm in the right discussion because we are here to talk about perimenopause.
Yes.
And I am so happy that we have the space to do that.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Coach T. Welcome yourself again to the show.
Yes. I'm. When you ask me, I just have to say this. I leaped for joy because there's not enough people talking about this. So I am Coach Tamara Gooch. I am a Master Certified Life and Business Coach, have been since 2014. I am also a 2 years. I've owned my own in-home daycare, which is a challenge in and of itself while going through not just grief, but going through perimenopause and a tween who's coming into, her teenage years. So I'm dealing with emotions from that and my own. So we're in the right place. I have been doing business for some time. I love what I do. I love working with women, seeing them grow, seeing them overcome whatever challenges that they are facing and living the life that they have always dreamt of living, but ran into circumstances that caused them to just pause and maybe become paralyzed emotionally and physically. So I'm here for the talk.
Yes, I love it. I love it. And you're actually in a good space. I'm just going to tell you right now, you're in a good space. And Shawn, come on, tell us why she in a good space. But go ahead, introduce yourself, Shawn.
I am Shawn Williams. I am an entrepreneur. I teach people how to get their business started, nonprofits started, those things. And one big thing that I think we do not connect perimenopause to is I am also a wife, and that, although it's not happening to me, but perimenopause also affects your marriage as well. So, those are some of the things. So I am in the right space. I'm ready. I'm ready for this conversation because, ladies, man.
Now, one of the things that Shawn didn't say is she knows all about this in-home daycare.
I do.
So this is your connection right here, right?
Oh, girl.
Yes. And how many years were you doing in that space and getting ready to jump into it again?
I'm in it.
Yes.
Right. So when I was in New York, I had an in-home daycare from 2013 till the pandemic.
Okay.
Very successful. And then now I am here in Georgia, and we opened our own center. So I am in a center
Awesome.
now. Yes.
Oh, yeah, we got to talk afterwards.
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely,
Congratulations.
absolutely. So we've got a blended mix here. Everyone is connected to me. I love each of these ladies. The same. They're all in my heart. And when the Lord put this series, this panel discussion in my heart, I was like, okay, who do I get? And these ladies were leaving clues. It was like Blues Clues up in here. They were just leaving the clues, and I just had to go and pick them up. And so I was like, yeah, these are the queens who are going to sit and talk about the thing called perimenopause. So how can we even begin? Let's just jump in. Let's just talk about the symptoms. Ladies, and I know out of the number of symptoms, which symptom are you experiencing that is the most problematic for you? Roslyn, go for it.
Right now, I would say hot flashes and mood swings. I went to the doctor last week, and I was speaking with the nurse, and I was just sharing with her that I think I'm going through perimenopause. And she said, "Are you having hot flashes?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "Are you having night sweats?" And I said, "Yes." And then she said, "Do you feel like you want to punch somebody in the throat?" And I said, She gets me. She gets me." And I said,
This my person. This my person.
my person. So
Yes.
yes.
Wow. Okay. T, what you got? What's the symptom that's the most problematic for you?
What she just said. And I'm gonna have to add a layer because I lost my husband last January. So God has been holding me. And before then, I would tell people, please don't catch me on the right day at the wrong time.
Come on.
Because if I'm feeling like that heat coming from here and my ears get real hot, and that fan ain't doing it,
yeah,
I'm gonna put my hand around your throat real quick. This gonna be breath on breath while I'm
She gonna lay holy hands. She gonna lay holy hands on somebody.
Like, okay, we're gonna have a prison ministry going on. And people seem not to understand that. So the two that's really getting me is the mood swings and night sweats. But then it's the cloudiness sometimes in my brain because I'm feeling ice trays about to pull it in the microwave. And I had to stop. I said, "Okay, Perry, don't do me like that." I was like, "Okay, where am I doing this? Oh, let me put it in the freezer." And I have to laugh at myself. I have to find humor because I'm changing my sheets every day.
Wow. Okay.
Every day. So it's becoming irritating.
Yes. Come on, Shawn. What you got, girl? What you got?
So for me, Kevin has a joke. Kevin's my husband. He has a joke. When I start talking about it's hot, he'll look at the time and go, "Oh, it's 8:00. It's time." Like that's his joke.
Bro, tread lightly.
Right.
Because Shawn have a prison ministry as well.
Right. So I don't have to I'm not at work like, "Oh my God, I'm hot." No. It's 8:00. It starts. Like that fog, I gotta laugh because that happened right before the show. I went downstairs to go get my business phone from out my daughter's room, came back upstairs and was like, "Oh my God." Had to go back downstairs for what I wanted and then come back. So, and then they laugh at me too, because I'll be in the middle of a conversation and be like, and they be like, "What were you saying?" And I'd be like, "I don't remember. Go ahead. Just go ahead." So that's my struggle with that. So yeah.
So for me, I want to say it's the brain fog, really, because I too am an entrepreneur. Because I wear many, 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 many hats. Like I am so multifaceted. And so at first I was attributing it to just busy brain. You know, you got all of these different things going on, and it's just, you just got a busy brain. You need to slow down. You need to focus on one thing. So what I've started doing is like setting timers and really giving myself time slots to say, okay, you get an hour to work on this project. And just focus. But then I'll pick up my phone to look up something. I'll see a red notification. So now I'm checking emails, and now I'm checking Facebook. Now I'm on Facebook. I'm like, oh, let me post something. And it's like, girl, like get back to where you're supposed to be at this moment in time. So it's it's funny. Yes, it makes for great stories. Because Perry actually had me thinking I had Spider-Man eyes, where I no longer needed my glasses. I thought I was healed, delivered. And then when my brain caught up to us, I had my glasses on that I had planned to put. Like I'm driving. And I grabbed my glasses case out of my bag, and I don't put them on. I just put them next to me. Now we know that was a problematic situation right there, but I just moved them from my pocketbook to right where I was, because I was busy eating a mango and trying to drive someplace. I was doing a whole lot that I should not have been doing. But then I'm like, well, wow, like you've really driven this far, and you can see, like you're not really having a problem with your vision. So like you've been healed.
You say praise the Lord?
I was ready. I was like, why do you do it? I was like, why do you do it? And then I guess the Holy Spirit was like, baby, he will. But in this situation, you've actually got the glasses. So hallelujah.
Yeah.
There's nothing in the case. So if you were to open the case up, you would have seen that there's nothing in the case. But yeah, you got the glasses on. So it makes for great ha-ha, hee-hee conversation. But it really is bothersome.
Yeah.
When you got stuff to do, you like, I ain't got time for this.
Yeah.
How's everybody sleeping?
What is that?
Okay.
That's what I asked myself. What is that?
Yeah. I've always had trouble sleeping. But recently I wake up at 2:00 or 3:00 on the dot.
Yes.
Doesn't matter what's going on. And so I shared with you ladies before we came on that I had a little win last night. When I went to sleep with the candle on, I slept till 5 this morning. So I was able to sleep all the way to 5, and I was like, I'll take it.
Yes.
So yes. And there are a lot of factors at play for me. The temperature, because I sleep with a heating blanket, but I also have a fan, and then I have a personal fan and my ceiling fan. And over in the corner is my electric fireplace, because I never know if I'm hot or cold. And I have to be cocooned at night. Yes. So, sleep whenever I can get it. I love it. It is my best friend. But right now, it's not happening.
See what's going on. What's going on over there?
She hit it. I'm up at 3. It's like 3 on the nose, and I have to say, okay, wait a minute, Lord, what you trying to tell me? Because I know that's those hours where he can really get
prayer time. That's prayer time.
And we laughing, being God, we laugh, because I said, okay, Lord, tell my body to go ahead and go through this process real quick so that I can get the rest I need, because my alarm goes off at 5 because my daycare opens up at 6:30. So I'm 3:00. I'm up, going to the bathroom. Then I'm coming back. I'm sitting in the bed like, okay, Lord, go to sleep. 5:00. My eyes open up again. And this time my whole back is sweaty. Like she said, I got a fan over in the corner. I got my handheld fan that I can sometimes put it around my neck and just gotta have it right here. But then I sleep under this furry blanket, because if I get cold, I have to wrap up with that foot sticking out, though, to give me the, kind of balance.
To regulate it. Yes.
Regulate the internal,
Yes.
But then I'm thinking my ceiling fan is on. And I'm like, it still get like maybe 16, 20 at night. And then I'm laying there going, if I open up my window, that would be perfect.
Yeah.
I got the fan this way, I both windows coming this way,
Mm-hmm.
and then I get to scrolling trying to figure out, do I need another fan over in the other corner of my room? But then I remember my nephew bought his wife this thing that goes under the covers.
Oh.
So I'm looking to see how much that is, because then that will eliminate everything. I can just turn it on. And I, like you said, I'm in my cocoon.
Yeah.
Where I can turn it on hot or cold.
Wow. 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 Woo, it's rough out here. What's Kevin going through, Shawn? What's sleeping next to Shawn like?
So, Sheniqua, we'll tell the audience. So this is, Sheniqua, so the joke she been telling, I put jokes about perimenopause in my ADHD autism household, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we got a lot going on in the Williams household, right?
Yes.
And then, so what's not funny about me is I'm hot at night. My husband has kidney failure, so he be cold. So it's like we just be going through it at night. And it is definitely sleeping. I will go to sleep. I will wake up. 3:00 must be the magical number. That must be it. Because, I am so happy to know that I ain't the only one up at 3:00 and just want to glue my eyes shut. That is for me. But I do get up at 5 as well. And I have to travel to my center. And that's sleep. But on Saturdays, I catch up. I try to catch up on sleep on Saturdays, and just like last night, what's funny is I had like a small win, but it was like my body like, we're going to go ahead and go to sleep. I don't even know what time I went to sleep last night. I want to say somewhere between like 8, and I slept till it was daylight. Like I was not, like it was like, okay, my body was like, okay, let's go. We got to get some sleep in. So, that is no sleep is not a thing.
So now for me, funny enough, I get sleep, right? My sleep is very well maintained, but it's almost likened to a cycle. You know how, and we'll get into the whole menstrual cycle in a minute, but it's likened to when you have your menstrual cycle where it's certain times of the month. So there's a certain time of the month where my sleep is affected. And then that's where I have the melatonin. That's where the ashwagandha comes in. So that's when I start to lean in on the sleep aids, as opposed to me trying to stay up and be mad about it. And all I do is tell myself, oh, must be that time of the month. Didn't realize it. I wish I could track it. I probably could if I tried, but I don't even care enough to try. I just be like, well, whatever. And if I'm up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, that's prayer time. I'm like, all right, Lord, let's go. What you need? Like, I'm here. Since I'm up, what we talking about? And I pray, and then sometimes I will go back to sleep. It just really depends. But it's funny, like I hear you all talking about the hot flashes and this. Again, I don't know if I could pinpoint it on a clock or a calendar or anything. It's not often, but I will get, and my heat comes on in my house at a certain time. It's on a timer. Nobody knows what time it comes on except the house. It's like a secret between the house and the house. It's like, we'll come on when we want to. Some days it does, some days it doesn't. And so sometimes I'll feel a temperature shift with that, but not problematic where I'm sweating profusely. But I do sleep in a cocoon. I've got 1,000 pillows possibly on my bed. And I sleep. I mean, honestly, like for real, it's real. It's real. And I'm talking to the Lord. I'm like, we got to work this out, because if a spouse is ever going to take this space, unless he's going to get in the cocoon with me, I'm like, well, we can make a cocoon for 2. But this might be a little problematic, because I mean, I'm in like an eggshell. That's what, in fact, it just reminded me, one of my favorite shows, Perfect Strangers. Y'all remember with Balky? That used to be one of my favorite shows. And so how he came to, Earth was in this little egg. And that's the way I sleep. I sleep in this pillow shape. egg. I mean, I've got a pillow underneath my thighs. I've got a pillow to the right of me, to the left of me, behind my head. I got a pillow that I hold. I can cuddle up with when I turn right, when I turn left. Like, so I am in this cocoon of pillows. And that wasn't always so. I didn't need to be, I didn't need, and that's what it almost feels like being held. So that's what I need in these perimenopausal streets. And they always say, like, perimenopause, one of the classic symptoms of perimenopause is the hot flashes that you ladies are talking about. But what bugs me out is when doctors, when you say you don't have a hot flash or they're not as bad, they act like perimenopause doesn't exist for you.
Yeah.
They act as though perimenopause, the only symptom is the hot flashes. So if you're not having hot flashes, they're like, no, this ain't that, it ain't that. And it's like, no, it is. Because basically, and for the audience that might be watching, perimenopause has basically summed itself up to being everything that's unexplainable. So for years, Shawn, I know you and I suffered from allergies. And at one point we were complaining that it felt like allergies was like year long. Perimenopause. I get to blame her now.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yes.
Wow.
If you feel like your allergies, and again, I'm not giving out medical advice, but if you feel like your allergies are running rampant in this season and you just so happen to be in this perimenopausal area, chances are it's menopause, perimenopause, menopause. Now, the defining factor between perimenopause and menopause is usually your estrogen levels. When your estrogen levels start to drop, that is, and the cessation of your menstrual cycle, that is when they say you have now crossed over. However, I have a unique situation. I don't get a menstrual cycle. Right? I no longer get a menstrual cycle. And it's been a year. So the defining factors is no menstrual cycle for a year. That's what brings you over to menopause, according to the standards. It's been over a year. But I don't have hot flashes. I mean, I've had them, but they're not regularly. My estrogen level is holding steady. So what's wrong with me? Am I just bugging out? Am I just going crazy? Or is it that the medical science just doesn't know how to do it? They haven't figured it out yet. So I figured it out for them. I call everything peri.
Yeah.
Right? Everything is peri. So if I choose to eat, dairy today, I'm like, oh, must be peri. Like everything that goes on in my life is her. Yes. It's her fault. Right. So let's talk about the menstrual cycles. Shawn, I saw you said you have your hand up. So where do they categorize you? If you don't have a cycle, like where do they categorize you?
So if you remember, so I'm in a unique situation too, because I had fibroids and they took out my uterus. And so I had a partial hysterectomy, and the doctor told me I will experience menopause at the regular age. Like it wasn't going to like shoot me into menopause because it was partial. And he was probably correct because I think I had like 41 and I haven't had a cycle since. And so it's been about 8 years for me. And I'm like, I want to say maybe about 2 years I've been experiencing the whole, at night I'm hot and all that other stuff and things of that nature. So it's just coming. So like you said, like where do I fit? Because I haven't had a period for a long time. And I'm just now experiencing some of these things.
Yeah. Roslyn, how about you? Where are you at? Where do they categorize you?
I have a unique experience as well. I had fibroids as well, and just small ones. And I was experiencing heavy cycles when I was having them. So my doctor felt that I should try an IUD. So I'm on my second IUD now, and I might be in maybe year 3 of that. So the goal was for the IUD to slow down and lighten up my periods. So during that time, it may or may not have helped. I'm not sure because I don't know when I had one the last time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 4, 5 months ago. So I asked myself, is it the IUD or is it perimenopause or what's really going on?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's where I am. It's just in a state of confusion.
Mm,
Mm-hmm. That's it.
wow.
That's where it's at. T, what about you?
Now, I have two 30-year-olds. I have a 32-year-old and another one that just turned 32. And now I have my 11-year-old. So having
Mm-hmm.
her at 40,
You and Shawn are like holding hands here, but go ahead.
having her at 40, I knew it would send my hormones like this.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of catapulted me into perimenopause.
Mm-hmm.
But I've had my cycle over the past 11 years. Some
Mm-hmm.
months over the last year, some months I don't,
Mhm.
which it's only been like a month. And then I'll have my cycle, and they used to be so heavy, and now they're light.
Mm-hmm.
They were 5 to 7 days. Now they're like 3,
Mm-hmm.
maybe 5 on a
Nice.
good, a good month. But like you said, the sweats at night. Sometimes during the day, I've learned how to just kind of get myself in a space of let me just go stand outside.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to that. But my cycles, yeah, they've just been all over the place. So, like you said, Sheniqua, I don't think the doctors have really honed in.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say it like this. I think every woman experience is different.
Mm-hmm.
There may be some similarities when it comes to how we feel
Mhm.
and our symptoms, but I was told at 45 after having my little one, like, you really don't need to come back and get a pap smear for a long time because, I mean, you with your husband, you've had a child at 40, you're not doing anything, you can hold off.
Mm-hmm.
But now coming into this, I'm telling my doctor, I'm not getting on medication. I don't want to get on medication is a band-aid for what I'm feeling. I need to be able to feel normal.
Mm-hmm.
And these menstrual cycles are not normal. So either it just needs to go ahead and go through and put me over on the other side, or I'm gonna find natural ways to be able to just manage this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. So let's talk about some remedies. What are you ladies doing? What helps? What doesn't help? What have you found in this perimenopause journey? Have you found anything?
So I
Anyone?
use like a probiotic.
Yes.
I use like a probiotic. I can't think of the name right now. But I use a look because my brain fog. I can't even think of the daggone name, and I take it every day.
Unpause her. Unpause her so she can give us this information.
So
Probiotics.
um,
Mm-hmm.
yes, I do use a probiotic for just those things that come with it. And for me, I had to kind of get a probiotic because, like you, I didn't want to be on medication. And one of the things that I guess we don't talk about either with perimenopause is it can give you anxiety.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I
Mm-hmm.
have never.
Well, like Shawn, that was you before. And so now Perry is on the scene. So I could just imagine what your anxiety is like.
It's like, yeah. So that's so I had to find something, like you
Mm-hmm.
said, Coach T, something natural to kind of, get that under control.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Any secret remedies in your bag, Roslyn? Anything that you found work?
Um, so it's hard being women of a particular age.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that because, especially African American women, you're
Mm.
just programmed to go hard and be
Mm-hmm.
your best and do your best. And so while you're raising your kids, you're in the race and the house is clean and you're cooking the food and you're just always on go. When you
Mm-hmm.
get when you get to this stage, it's different. So things start happening to your body and you don't know what's going on. Well, I forgot to tell you ladies that I am a doctoral candidate and I will
Oh,
graduate in December.
come
I
on.
I will graduate in December, and I have had the anxiety diagnosis. I've had depression diagnoses,
Mhm,
but something was just different when I was trying to sit and do my work. I couldn't do it like I used to.
mhm.
I had fog and I had
Come on.
paralysis,
Come
and I
on.
said, Mm-mm, something is wrong. I need to go to the
Mhm.
doctor.
Yeah.
Well, at the ripe old age of 48, I received that ADHD diagnosis. And
Mhm.
so I got to look back and say, oh my goodness. Okay, so that was you, ADHD, back in 1994, or that was you in 2000 that peeked your
Mhm.
head out. And I started
Mhm.
doing research on it. And it was said that whenever your body goes through a hormonal shift, your ADHD flares up.
Mm.
Well, ADHD looks different in women and men and boys and girls. You know, as a teacher, I've seen students and the
Yeah.
boys, are tapping and they have to move, but the girls are not like that. They're quiet and they internalize. And so they keep it
Mm.
all in. And then we start having kids. And then you just don't know where one stops and where one begins. But
Mhm.
I did try some medication for ADHD, and I didn't really care for the way it made me feel because I felt like it took my spice away. And that
Mhm.
spice is what has gotten me to where I am at 49. So
Mhm.
I started calling a thing a thing. Okay, ADHD, you got me. Okay, I see you. I see you. Okay, I'm going back in the house for the third time to get whatever I got. I see you. So
Yes. Yes.
now I am saying I'm having a conversation with ADHD and Siri at the same time. And
Mhm.
sometimes they get along and sometimes they don't. But
Yeah.
I still am able to call a thing and say,
Yeah.
okay, I know this is it. And I step back and I set those timers and I take my multivitamin.
Yeah.
And, I do have a little something for anxiety.
Mhm.
And I try to eat better.
Mhm.
And I just I want to show up as my authentic self every day. So I
Mhm.
haven't found like the magic combination yet, but I'm still looking.
Mhm.
Okay. Uh, Tamara, what you got? What you found?
Um,
Gotta be
look, like
something.
Rosalind said, I haven't found the magic combo, but where I started was shifting what I consume,
Mhm.
what I eat, what I drink. I started changing that more loose leaf teas, and I do research when it comes to that.
Mhm.
Um, I take a magnesium complex. It's about 8 different magnesiums that I take as 2 pills before I eat. And like the first week, I started seeing a difference in my focus.
Okay.
I wasn't as foggy.
Mhm.
I take my ashwagandha at night to help
Mhm.
me sleep. Haven't found the right probiotic or prebiotic, or the right multivitamin for me, but I do take my vitamin D3 and K2
Mhm.
Mhm.
together. Every now and then I'll do black seed and oil of oregano, but that it's just the taste of that, just kind of
Mhm. Mhm.
um,
Mhm.
prayer for me. It really helps a lot. I didn't have anxiety until 2020.
Mhm.
That was my first time experiencing it when my dad passed.
Mhm.
And I didn't quite understand like what was going on. Like
Mhm.
I didn't have my child in 2016. Now all of a sudden, I should have been having anxiety back then because I was 40 having my last child, but no
Yeah.
anxiety back
Yeah.
then. When my dad passed, it was like it hit and kind of put me in a different space.
Yes.
And in therapy now, I'm realizing I didn't get a chance to grieve my mother in 2016 because I had to jump in to help my dad. I didn't
Mhm.
get a chance to grieve my dad in 2020 because I had to take care of his entire estate. So being like you said, Rosin, we've been built to go.
Mhm.
I had to go. When my husband passed last year, I still had to do everything regarding the estate. Late last year, early this year, I said, you know what? And I started talking to the thing. I said, you may be trying to take over my body, Perry, but you're not gonna take me out like that. I have to have that control over me. Otherwise, I'll be telling one of my kids the same combination as this. Y'all come get me out.
Yeah. This is it. This is where she get off.
Yeah, and I can't do that. So I'm still researching different natural ways to build the estrogen, because it's in a lot of foods that I'm finding sometimes we are not paying attention to, that we could be eating daily that will help regenerate that and lower the testosterone, because I'm tired of pinching my chin with these little hairs and stuff on here. So haven't found that magic formula, but as soon as I do, y'all know I'm gonna share it.
Yes, absolutely. And Roslyn, you hit on a really, really key point. You mentioned about the late diagnoses of ADHD and how it's triggered by certain moments in time, like into grief. And I don't think we build the correlation with that when there's a trauma, and especially, in our society where they tell us to just suck it up, buttercup, and just keep on moving, right? We don't get a chance to sit with self. And so then our attention will get diverted. The anxiety will jump in. I had a moment last week. I'm actually, because I'm a registered nurse, like, I figured this is my charge. I'm like, all right, Lord, you got me in this vein. Like, let me figure this thing out so that I can be the resource and give the information. That's one of the reasons why I love doing this podcast and being able to bring people in to have these different types of conversations. So I'm in the trenches and I'm studying these things myself. So I am connected to a couple of health product stores where I can get and I can try different things. And so one of which it has a combination of ginkgo. Y'all know ginkgo. You remember the commercials, ginkgo biloba?
Yeah.
Right. So now guess who's looking into ginkgo, right? Because I'm like, okay, we used to laugh and chuckle about it back in the days. And now it's like, now it's at your doorstep. But it has ginkgo, it has yerba mate that maybe pronouncing it wrong, yerba mate and radilio something. So it has these different natural herbs in it. But from the yerba mate, and I think that's the name of it, it has caffeine. And so I took it early that day and I felt like I did pretty good throughout the day. But then that night, and I had a busy day. I mean, I was teaching, I was doing this, I was doing that. And once everything was said and done, as a matter of fact, it was Wednesday night because it was right after I finished teaching. I was sitting with the Lord and I'm like, I don't like the way I feel. I felt kind of not really jittery. Like I wasn't shaking. I wasn't like, you couldn't see anything, but just internally, I just didn't feel right. And I was like, was that caffeine I had earlier today? So now I'm like, okay, we gotta figure this thing out. And I'm like, all right, Lord, what do I do? Because I'm like, I really don't like this feeling, because this feeling felt almost like the precursor to anxiety. And I was gonna start tripping out and start, okay, where's everybody at? What, and I didn't want to do that. And then the Lord says, well, drink your melatonin hot cocoa. I was like, yup, that's what she needs. And I sat with my little girl, a cup of hot cocoa, and I sipped and sipped. And the feeling subsided. Slept like a baby. I was like, oh, okay, somebody, right? So from what I found, melatonin helps me sleep. But you've gotta know, you gotta play around with the dosage, right? You gotta find what works for you. You gotta find the brand, because sometimes there's a difference in the brand. The melatonin hot cocoa that I have, it helps. I never have a problem with that. The gummies, I get to sleep, but then I'm up 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, right? And I want a restful sleep the whole night. So I've had to play around with different brands and different things until you find something that works. Ashwagandha is heaven. It's heaven to me. I take ashwagandha gummies. And it's like easy breezy. Whatever. It's helped me parent. Because otherwise having adult children was driving me. It's like, what? You don't listen to me. Oh my God, wait a minute. What? And when I was done, I'm like, who cares?
Right.
I said my piece and I move on, right? Vitamin D, right? You mentioned the D3 with the K, gold. Magnesium, gold. Because many of the symptoms that we might be experiencing could be from a deficiency.
Yep.
But anytime you start taking supplements, you do have to be mindful of your level. So many people are experiencing symptoms but don't even know their levels. Because for me, I can get high in vitamin D easy. Because during the fibroid journey, I was on vitamin D because vitamin D helps with fibroids. So I'm every day I'm like vitamin D, and then I went high. So then that you got to play with it. So yes, supplements are great. Natural ways are great, but we also have to be mindful of our levels. Roslyn, you had asked me in an off the side conversation about the heart medications, HRT. It's like an acronym. Those are the estrogen supplements. Those are the progesterone supplements. The women and we actually have a doctor that's going to come on. She's a pharmacist by training. She's going to be on one of the episodes coming up. That's why I wanted us to have this conversation, because then the segue is going to be for some real information. And many women who take the HRT medications feel like it's a godsend.
Yes. Yes.
Once you get a little estrogen in your system, now life starts to mellow out. Once you manage the testosterone level in your body, now life starts to kind of mellow itself out. I have a lot, and I admit this, I have a lot of stigmas, biases from my mother's generation, from things that I heard, that I saw from my mother's generation. And so now where I sit, I'm like, I don't want. But truthfully, when these symptoms, you know what? I'll be like, okay, what you got? Like, let me look at this again. Let's see. So I'm not in a space where I'm taking them, but I'm open to the information.
Yeah.
Right. And same is true with the supplements, because some doctors are not big on supplements. But at this point, I would try whatever. If you say quacking like a duck and stay up in your head talking about hey, Macarena was the catch, then that's what she would be doing, because the symptoms can be so problematic.
Yeah.
Right. And so I'm glad we can have this type of conversation to bring about this information, and we're having fun. Ha ha he he. But this is real serious stuff that we're dealing with. Like we're laughing to keep from crying.
Yes.
Because we could be on here with Kleenex and my girl, I thought I was going crazy and I don't understand, because this is a life-altering thing.
It is.
It's
It is.
life-altering.
And Sheniqua, I did get the prescription for the estrogen.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I want to pick it up because of what we heard about hormone replacement therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, my doctor, he was funny. He came in and he says, perimenopause got you down.
That sounds like the opening of a commercial.
It was true. And it was funny, but because he has no idea what I'm going through.
None at all.
We can try this patch and see. And I like to do my research. And so I'm getting pros and I'm getting cons on both sides. And so I haven't decided if I even want to go pick this prescription up. But then I'm very curious to know if it would alleviate some of what I'm going through.
Now, here's another symptom. So the brain fog is the one that's the most problematic for me. But the one that's probably the most annoying is the weight gain.
Yeah.
I did not mention that, but yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I done handed out a couple of eviction notices and it just won't leave.
It don't go nowhere. It just stays. Yeah, it stays. Mhm.
And we do everything that we know to do. And the funny, and you ladies know me, I'm slim. I've been slim for majority of my life. Like, I'm slim. And over the past few years, I got this belly. But see, when I had the fibroids, and then on top of the fibroids, I got a hernia. So I attributed fibroids and hernia to the belly. So for the past 5-6 years, I'll be like, well, it's the fibroids, the hernia. It's the fibroids, the hernia. I done gotten everything taken care of. And I'm like, you still here? Must be Perry.
Blame it on Perry.
Must be Perry. However, my resolve, and people say this a lot, Shawn, you and I used to joke about this. You used to send me like reels on stuff like this. Once you get to a certain age, you get that I don't care.
Yep.
At all.
And so I think I'm like grabbing that kind of mindset very early, where I'm like, I have a stomach.
Yeah.
And
those are dues. Pay mine. Yeah.
I still look good in my clothes.
Yeah.
So it's like, she's still cute. She's still blessed and highly favored. She still can pray a wall of heaven around you. Like, what? Yeah. And so I've gotten into this space where it's like, I'm not fighting Perry. If she wants to hang around my midsection, do you, boo? But what I am gonna break your arms. Yeah. What I will break her arms is when she starts messing with my heart.
Yeah.
Because that was another thing. The high blood pressure.
Yeah.
All throughout, my family has high blood pressure, yes. But my pressure is always run low. So I always thought I was an exception to the rule. Now Perry's like, no, ma'am.
Yep.
And now I'm ready to break her arm. Because I'm like, team no stroke.
Yeah.
Team none of this other crazy stuff that goes on in my bloodline. I'm like, that we're not a part of.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that they say with those HRT, when you take those hormone replacement therapy, when you get into that, it does help your cardiac system. It helps all of your other internal organs. So sometimes when we're thinking about what is it that I want to do, we might need to look at it as a bigger picture. But again, we got to weigh this thing out. We got to see, sometimes it's trial and error, because there is no magic pill. Sometimes they have to adjust dosaging. So people try different things. But what I've resolved myself to doing is being mindful of what I eat. I try my best to stay away from carbs as much as I can. Not always realistic, but sometimes I'm mindful. I know what foods make me puff up. Like bread makes me puff up. So I'm mindful of how much bread I intake. I eat more fruits and vegetables. I gave up meat. I still eat seafood because I need the protein. Because if I want to fight Perry, I got to eat protein. So it's like you're in this kind of limbo. You don't know which way to go. So we got to just keep trying.
Yeah.
But have you found any resolve in like, what do we do? Like, do we just be fat and be happy? Like, what are we supposed to do? I don't know.
I going to the weight thing, I have made it up in my mind that first I say I've had children. My metabolism is not like other people. So I have to first start there. And I've had people tell me, well, why don't you take the GLP-1 just to kind of jumpstart? And I'm like, I don't want all of the foreign things in my body. So how about I just get up in the morning while I'm doing my devotion and reading my Bible? I can listen to it while I'm walking in my basement. All of this exercise stuff, I don't have to overdo it to do little by little and do what I can to kind of start dropping the inches.
Mm-hmm.
What I consume, what I eat will help me drop the weight.
Mm-hmm.
While, and I thank God my doctor, they lean towards holistic. They'll say, okay,
Yeah.
have you changed? What do you eat for breakfast, lunch, dinner?
Mm-hmm.
What do you snack on? They will start there
Mm-hmm.
before they say, well,
Pill.
let's get this pill.
Mm-hmm.
However, another doctor that I saw last year, I go in because I had to have a biopsy done of a couple of masses that they saw on my left breast.
Mm-hmm. Which
Uh,
is another thing that
yeah,
can tend to happen,
yeah,
right? We don't realize that that can
I
tend to
didn't
happen.
realize it.
Yeah.
But then they go to telling me about high blood pressure. Now, my husband passed of a massive stroke.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So I'm looking at them like, and they're like, oh, your blood pressure is extremely high. I said, well, I just lost my husband last month. Lady, what do you think?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going, okay, you're not going to try to pump me with 5, 6, 7 different high blood pressure
Mm-hmm.
medicines. In that moment, is all I kept thinking is, I may have this and it may come with a lot of different other things that may start happening in my body, but I'm not going to leave my daughter this soon.
Yeah.
And there are things that God gave us before He gave us those lab created things that I can start doing. And if it helps, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
If I need that extra, then like LaRosa said, I have to do my research on that because that one pill could lead to, and then I'm sounding like a commercial.
Yep.
If it brings you this, that, this, and possibly death,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
so it's like, why take that risk when I can do what God has given me the ability to do while I'm in my right mind and start shifting and changing and taking a walk every day?
Mm-hmm. And that's what many people are not willing to do. They're looking for a quick fix. So a lot of people take the medicine and still eat what they want to eat. Wrong.
Yeah.
It's the same thing if the doctor gives you a blood pressure pill or a diabetes pill that does not give you the green light to go eat the chocolate cake and to go lick the salt, at the bottom of the ring. Like that doesn't give you permission to do that. But we think that that's the way society thinks about pills. And so you just add another pill and then nobody's talking about what the long-term effect could
Yeah.
be. Yes, it might cover me for a good 10 years, but then nobody wants to talk about what the next half is going to look like.
That part.
So we
Yeah.
should be willing to do the things that we know to do, like diet, control, exercise.
Mhm.
That still works. That never goes out of style. So even if you, and for me, I've resolved myself with saying, I don't care what the scale says.
Yep.
Because the scale always got something to say. She always got something to say. I was walking 10K to 15K steps a day, like 5 days a week, and she still had something to say. Every time I go and get on somebody's doctor scale, she start talking real, real loud. And finally, I was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. What I care about is how I feel
Yeah.
in my body and another thing we didn't mention about perimenopause, another thing that is common to it is hip pain.
Mm-hmm.
When you get up and your gait is not as free as you used to be, where you can pop up, the legs don't leg like how they used to. Now it's like,
Shovels.
quick, it's gonna get there, but hold on a second. One more crick. Okay, now we're ready. So these are the symptoms, right?
Yeah.
That we go through. We go through these types of symptoms, and
Yeah.
for me, they're bothersome. But you've got to be able to say what's a deal breaker,
Yeah.
what's something that you want to focus on, and what's just kind of like a side conversation. So
Yeah.
for me, I think my classic ones are the brain fog. It's the hip pain. It's what she's trying to do to my heart, and the weight gain. Those are like the heavy hitters. And so what I can do is eat right and exercise. What the scale says differently, I don't even care.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even care. Anyone else with some deal breakers, some things you've learned, anything else you'd like to share about this thing called perimenopause?
I mean, so what I have learned as well, which with my anxiety, which helps me and probably annoys Kevin, is now I'm a white noise person. So
Ah.
I know for me, naturally, I like, for whatever reason, the rain, when it's raining outside, it calms me
Mhm.
down.
Yes.
Mhm.
So now I am like, I done added a subscription to my phone to white noise and
Mhm.
look, be in the rain, be that's how I get to sleep now.
Kevin
But
fearing for his life. He's like, it's a storm out there. The storm is sleeping silently.
right.
I love
And
it.
what I did do is, my son, he broke it to us that he's gonna be on Gordon Ramsay's next Chef Junior.
Yay.
So, so I actually, and maybe that was God talking to me. We went and brought him today, and there is a gym directly across the street
Wow.
from where he's gonna be. And because I drive, it's gonna be a 45-minute drive, and the class is only an hour and 30 minutes. What do I got to do? Stay in Sandy Springs. So, you know, there it goes.
Right
So,
across the street.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So when I bring him,
Yeah.
next week. I am gonna go head to the gym, and
Good
for an
job.
hour and a half, I'll just work out while he's, you
Good.
know, getting
That's
his dream
good.
on.
Good. That's look.
That's
That's
good.
good.
Yeah.
That's good. What about you, T? Anything in particular? Any more about Perry?
No, I'm trying not to let her work my nerve.
Mm-hmm.
I am. And just keeping a positive mindset. I know you had mentioned how our mothers back in the
Mm-hmm.
day would handle
Mm-hmm.
things, and I saw my mother have a literal nervous breakdown in the midst of going through. And
Mm-hmm.
I was 10, didn't know what was going on. And in that moment, I promised myself how I would not allow life situations to
Mm-hmm.
get me to a space like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then she was raising 7 kids, so
Mm-hmm.
it's different for me than it was for her. But still, with still grieving the loss of my husband, going through perimenopause, and then raising this 11-year-old, soon to be 12-year-old in June, and all of her feelings,
Yeah. It's a lot.
it can become a lot. And I'm mindful of my mental,
Yes.
where I am today. And I thank God for him first, but I also thank God for a therapist.
Mm-hmm.
And she laughs at me because she's like, "You are one that I have never experienced, because you will say what's on your heart." I said, "Yep." I was help people know in a heartbeat now.
Yeah.
I've learned that there's only one me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 51. Yes, I'm going through perimenopause. Yes. However, I don't have to um I don't have to let it weigh me down.
Mm-hmm.
I can live, I can shut the door, I
Yes.
can take time off, I can let the dishes wait, I
Yes.
can take my clothes off
Yes.
and walk around my house
Yes.
for morning with
Yes.
the windows wide open.
Yes.
And that's what I do. And my daughter is like, "Really, mom?" I said, "Yeah." And then here she go, "Well, I'm gonna take my shirt off too." I said, "Well,
Yeah,
then
let's go.
let it
There you
be."
go.
Let's go.
So during this time, I'm learning to rest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning to rest. I'm in the midst of putting tint on my front windows because I don't need nobody looking in, but I can see
Mm-hmm.
y'all. But
Yeah.
I want to be able to even enjoy perimenopause.
Right.
I'm
It's
a
a
part of
journey.
this group, the We Do Not Care Club.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have to find humor in this. And I say things to myself every day where I'm like, I gotta laugh. Because to me, that's the best medicine.
Yes.
Jiggle everything up in me and around me and start healing, because that's how God made us to do.
I
Yep.
love it. I love it. What about you, Roslyn? Sum up your perimenopausal journey.
I have given myself grace.
Yes.
And as Coach Tamara said, I am intentional about me, and I'm being still when I need to be. And I know what my limits are, and I'm noticing what my triggers are, and I'm just being gentle with myself.
Yes.
The perimenopause and my soft girl era, that is the perfect juxtaposition.
Yes.
Because I'm in my soft girl era.
Come on.
But Perry shows up.
Yeah.
So then I have to meditate. I have to chant. I have to do yoga. I have to just sit in a quiet room. Just to get myself together. So I'm trying to be at peace and not in pieces.
Yes. I love that. And yeah, I feel you on that soft girl era, because here I is
yes,
in my soft girl era. And like you say, T, it's about enjoying, embracing the journey for whatever it is. Because once this passed, this is going to be something else. And when I go out, I'll be speaking to these 80, 90-year-old women. It's something else, right? So it's always something when it deals with us as, this beautiful, complex species that the Lord has created, right? And so right now, the emphasis is on maintaining my softness, because struggling through, even with health and wellness, like, trying to be in control, got to do the steps, hit the gym, hit it. If I get there, I get there.
Yeah.
If I'm standing right across from where I gotta be, okay, that works, right? But I'm not going to stress myself. So for you, Shawn, if you only get to the gym once a week, to God be the glory.
That's right.
Celebrate yourself, enjoy that moment, rather than saying, "Oh my God, I still got to get here 2-3 more times." No, you don't. Who says? Not in soft girl era. Soft girl era is like, whenever I get there, I get there.
That's right.
Whenever I show up, you have me. If not, then that's it, right? Like, so it's just, it really is transforming your mindset. And I really think that's the space that I'm in. I'm transforming my mindset. And once I transform my mindset, then everything else has no choice but to yield to what it is that I'm bringing. So even like high blood pressure, I was running from high blood pressure. No, high blood pressure doesn't have me.
That's right.
Because I have some level of control. You're not running rampant. I'll take these medicines that the doctor had prescribed me to, because at one time I wasn't taking the medicine. I wasn't taking the medicine. I didn't fill the prescription. It was sitting on the desk. And because they had the letter Satan in it, I wouldn't take it. And my doctor was like, "You do realize there's more we can give you?" I was like, "Oh, yes, that would be nice. Thank you." She's like, "So you just weren't going to say nothing. You just was not going to take it because you thought Satan wrote you a prescription and that was it." Whatever, right? I'm taking the medicine now that they want me to take, but I'm also being mindful of what I put in my mouth. Yeah. I'm making certain that I'm drinking my water. I'm making certain that I get some type of activity, some type of exercise in, and I'm doing what feels good to me. Pampering me. So if I need my hair done, if I need my nails done, if I want to put makeup on, if I want to get dressed up, if I want to be cute, if I want to be courted, if I want to be this, that, and the other, this is what I'm allowing to be in my space in this season. I don't have to offer any justifications. If you don't feel good, you don't feel good. Like, you got to go. Like, I'm not giving you no explanation as to who, what, when. I'm not trying to conform anybody. This is just the way I like. That's me loving me and giving myself this grace as I go through these hormonal challenges, because these are things that we can't control.
Yep.
As much as we want to control perimenopause, we cannot control it in a sense. It's going to happen. We've got to learn how to grow through it.
Yeah.
So I am gracefully growing through. And when there's a moment where I don't feel like I feel right, I talk to God. He gives me the remedy. He gives me the solution, but I've got to abide by what he says. I can't say I don't want high blood pressure. Lord, deliver me, heal me, and then go eat the salted French fries. So we've got to use some level of wisdom when we're dealing with perimenopause. Now, I do want to get into this, and I know we're running over on time, but just briefly. We don't have to go deep into intimacy, but intimacy is a beautiful word that people misconstrue.
Mm-hmm.
People think intimacy is sex,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not.
Mm-mm.
But can you share a little insight on what you found as it pertains to this age, this stage, this perimenopause? Have there been any changes, any things that you've noticed differently in that kind of intimacy area for yourselves? Or you can speak to others in case you don't want to share about yourselves per se. Uh, what have you found? And it may be Perry related, but again, whatever it is, we're gonna blame it on Perry anyway, so it doesn't matter. Right? It could be that the dating pool is tainted, and we're gonna blame it on Perry. So whatever.
I can say this because my husband was 13 years older than me. And some people may have a different view. Like you said, intimacy is not sex. And before we got married, because I had been divorced and annulled, I had a list of questions and I told him, I want to know you. I want to know the you that people don't know. And the same, I wanted him to know me. So I fell in love with my husband's mind. He was a handsome guy, but it was our intellectual conversation. So we had a level of intimacy that was unlike any relationship because we could lay and have pillow talk all night. So having this perimenopause stage, there were times where I was not in the mood for sex. And he was so loving and understanding. He would make his little jokes. He was an engineer, so his little dry jokes, I was like, I'm not getting that. But he did not make me feel less than.
Yes.
Which then turned the clock and made me want him even more.
Yeah.
So it's if people were to understand that intimacy, because if you can't have sex anymore, what do you have?
Correct.
What do you have? And I think they need to look at it that way. What's your level of intimacy with the man you're with? And does that man understand you as a woman and really love you through it? And do things for you that can help you get through that, where he's not just looking at you as a sex symbol.
Absolutely. Shawn, what do you got?
So I agree with Coach T. When you get through Perry, there's this level of, don't touch me, I'm hot. No. So we've created backroom conversations. So when I come home from a long day, I'm a bath girl. So I get in the tub and he pulls up his chair and
I love it.
In the bathroom, like, and if somebody's knocking on the door and Kevin's like, go away, we're having a bathroom conversation, and that is one of the things. And like Coach T said, one of our other things is like we pillow talk all the time. I am still, working, and I'd be like, let me tell you what, happened today. And he'd be like, I'm coming upstairs, don't worry about it. Like, and we, those are the things we do to like, keep connected and, stay grounded in our marriage.
And that regulates you because it's like a de-stressor, but then there's no pressure.
Yes.
Right? It's no pressure. Roslyn, what say you out here in the soft girl era? What's going on?
Well, things are still working.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
But I just find that during this stage, I need you to make love to my mind.
Yes.
And if that's not happening, nothing else is happening. And during this space, I'm able to say, I like that. Or I don't like that anymore, And so I feel like I'm being selective in what I'm going to accept from my relationship. But I'm also coaching my partner through it. So here I am trying to learn what the heck is going on. And then I'm trying to communicate that to him.
I love that. I love it. And like I said, it's a lot of moving parts that go into it, but finding intimacy in other realms outside of the bedroom has been effective to me, and it stimulates an area that perimenopause would love for me to forget about. Right? Like, oh, girl, you don't need this. Like, just be moody and and it shuts you off from society. Like, you get all these types of things, but really, and like you said, Roslyn, like finding like, oh, I like that. Oh, that made me feel, and I find myself doing that very, very much in this soft girl era. Like, I talk to the Lord all the time, and I'm like, wait a second, I feel girly. What just happened? And he's like, okay, what do you think happened? I'm like, was it the dress? He's like, that's part of it. I was like, so I wear a dress? Yes, okay, because I don't really wear dresses like that. Right? So this is me rediscovering the things that I love, and so I'm putting on dresses. I'm putting on makeup. Like, I'm doing dainty things. I'm putting perfume on, and that is what is countering where Perry is like, girl, just put the sweatpants on.
Yeah.
You just go into the supermarket. What you need lipstick for? Because when I go to work, I don't look like this. When I'm out in the street and I'm working, I don't do this. In fact, I kind of hide it. But I'm in the space now where it's okay if you don't want to show it around the old people, but when you're around other people, like, let it go. Let that go. Put the lipstick on, put a little sass in your hips, because that helps to soothe you internally. So you don't start to feel like in a rut, because it's all mental.
Yes.
It's all mental, just like the anxiety, the ADHD, it's all mental. And if you can do these little things to make yourself glow, to make yourself feel good, then now it is easily transferable to your mate. Now they start mimicking and doing the things that you love to do and how you like to do it and this, that, and the other. And so it becomes contagious. So I'm finding in this season, it's like, let's rediscover ourselves.
Yes.
What makes us feel ladylike, dainty, girly? What makes you giggle, right? Like, because we should still be giggling. Perry's still giggling, but I say, girl, down with you. We're going to giggle, right? I giggle. I wanna blush. Like, I want to do all of these things. And so these are this is like the internal work that I'm doing to counteract the signs and symptoms and the effects of perimenopause. So with that, I say, unpause her. Beautiful life. She's going to thrive. She's going to be successful. She's going to have the life that she desires and deserves. And Perry is going to have to go. If she's going to be there, she's going to have to learn how to act.
That part.
Okay.
That part.
All right. Let me get some social media handles going. Roslyn, please tell us a little bit about this group, this community that you have on Facebook, the work that you do with Scentsy. Tell us about it. We got the links in the description box because we need this.
Okay.
We need this.
Yes, that's why I brought it into this conversation. So I was invited to a Scentsy party, and the host asked me how many warmers I had, and I said none. She said, we're going to change that. So now I have 8. And the reason I have 8 is because it makes me feel good. It makes me good. Scentsy is a system of warmers, candles, different fragrances. So I like for my fragrances to match my mood or to enhance my mood. So I have a different scent profile that I use for that. Only because it makes me happy. So because we were having this conversation, I created a party for Encourage Her. So for all the listeners and for the panel, hop on there. It makes me happy. I'm sure you can find something that will make you happy. And I don't sell it for profit. I sell it because I was my best customer. So I'm not a gatekeeper. I want to turn people on to good things. And as I was saying earlier, it serves rich fish because it is the products are luxurious, they're quality. I feel like you get your money's worth, and you can, as Sheniqua said, choose different scents, and you'll find what your scent profile is. So I sell it just because it makes me happy.
Yes, yes. And we need that aromatherapy. Coach T, I know you got to go, love. Come on, tell people a little bit about yourself. What we need to know as we heading out the
All I
door.
can tell them right now, I am relaunching my coaching business and my podcast, but I'm also on social media. First and foremost, Roslyn, I'll be contacting you about them since
Yes.
I need that in my life. Just stay tuned for the relaunch of my coaching business, the Coaching Academy, the podcast, Chocolate Chat Cafe, Candid Conversations, and go to my daycare page and like the page. I'm trying to get out of not showing the kids, but these kids make their own YouTube channel because they hilarious. So yeah, that's who I am. That's what I do, and I love everything that I do.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, sis, for stopping
Thank
by. I know you
you.
got a jet, so I'll let you go ahead and
Okay.
exit off. And you guys are going to connect. Good. Shawn, let us know a little bit about what you want people to know about you. We put your Facebook handle up.
Right. So I am knee deep in Growing and Glowing Academy in Georgia, here in Georgia, creating these moments for the children in Douglasville, Georgia. I will step out. Sheniqua knows, for anyone who is looking to do, their business or get their business started. I will step out in that every once in a while. And lately I've been getting messages. You still do nonprofit stuff. You still do business.
This is nonprofit queen right
yes.
here.
So,
we need to talk.
Yes,
Listen.
so I definitely, still do those things. Oh, every once in a while, whatever. But that's where I'm at, and I'm glad you have me on.
Yes, absolutely. So, ladies, it has been a pleasure. Hang out for just a second. Let me give the people their marching orders. Okay, everybody. That was good conversation. I hope that you have found value in it. Make certain that you connect with our speakers. We got more about them in our description box, but we've got a doctor coming up next week. So I want you front and center. I want you to make certain you hit the subscribe button and you share this message out with a friend, because maybe the information is not relevant to where you are, but guarantee somebody that it would bless. So share, and share again. And next week, we will be back for another amazing episode of The Black Girl Encourage Her. And we're going to put the button on this whole menopausal conversation. And I want you to make certain you get every single last ounce of it, because for one thing, I don't want you to be ill prepared for this next journey of your life. So whenever the hot flashes start flashing, at least this way we've had the conversation and you've got your toolkit ready, locked and loaded to go whenever you need it. Amen. All right. So you all have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will see you again on the next episode of The Black Girl Encourage Her. Be blessed.